It's kind of funny how us Atlanta Hawks a couple years ago, we were a 60-win team, and now we lost all of our starters, and we're not all that. Quite honestly, this season, we are going to suck. Looking at the roster, we have our point guard of the future, Dennis Schroeder. Now, only time will tell if he can become a star player or not. I think he has the potential to be. I think he has all the scoring potential in the world. Not a bad playmaker. I think he can definitely get up to like 7 or 8 assists when he hits his prime. Not a bad jump shooter. Pretty crafty. Just doesn't draw a lot of contact. Doesn't really get too many free throws. I think that's one thing we need to work on with him, is his ability to draw fouls. But other than that, he just needs to keep getting better. And he's got the frame of someone who can be a real nice offensive player. He's not a very big dude though, only 6'1", about 170 pounds. Probably won't ever be that great of a defensive player, but his offense might just be enough to where it's okay. Our starting shooting guard this season is going to be Kent Bazemore. Just a nice athletic 3-and-D guy. Nothing really wrong with Bazemore. He's kind of the perfect shooting guard you want. We're going to keep him. He's 28 years old right now. He's whatever. Then we have Taurean Prince, who looks like one of the best young 3-and-D guys in the league. Really strong dude, pretty athletic, can shoot the 3-ball, great defensive player. He's all we could really ask for at the small forward going forward. Now, at power forward, we're going to start, I think, Luke Babbitt, because it's between him and Ersan Ilyasova, because I'm going to start John Collins at center, and I'm going to get in that in a minute. But I think Luke Babbitt's just the better shooter, and Ilyasova wasn't too great from 3 last season, so I think Luke Babbitt's going to get the starting spot. Just a shooter, that's really it, but he's a damn good one. At center, we have John Collins, who I'm really excited for because I think he has the potential to be a star, quite honestly. I think he could definitely be a Dwight Howard-esque player because he's an insanely athletic guy for being like 6'10", 6'11". He's not exactly too strong yet, but that's one thing we're going to be working on in the training, and in the offseason I'm going to send him to the weight camp so he can get his strength up. But insane at finishing around the rim, great dunker. He has all the defensive potential in the world just due to his athleticism and his size. An amazing rebounder. He's already a pretty good rim protector, but I think he could definitely develop into someone who can defend all 5 positions if need be. So I think that he has enough star power, just potential to be a star in this league. So he's really exciting for me. We're going to play him at the 5 though, because he doesn't quite have a 3-point shot. I want to have a stretch forward just to give Dennis Schroeder some space there. But he's actually not too bad of a mid-range shooter. He's got about an 80 mid-range in 2K. So we can definitely work on his outside jumper in the future. Off the bench, we have Dwayne Dedman, just one of the better backup centers in the league. Insane rim protector, great rebounder, great defensive player. Kind of the backup power center you want. We have Malcolm Delaney at point guard, who's just like the king of pull-up mid-range jumpers and nothing else. We have Isaiah Taylor, who's probably not going to play for us this season, but in future seasons I can definitely see him playing. He's a 6'3" point guard, and he's so athletic. He's quick as hell. He can get up there. I'm just going to be working on his defense because I think he has a lot of defensive potential, and his outside shot, which already isn't too bad. I think he could definitely become a great backup point guard. We have Marco Bellinelli, who we're paying $6 million a year just to hit 3-pointers. Then we don't really have a backup small forward. There's Nick Brusino and DeAndre Bembry, which neither of them are even going to get minutes. Then we have Ersan Ilyasova, just a stretch 4. And we have Mike Muscala, who I think is going to be playing the 4 spot too. He could stretch the floor for us just because I don't think he's just big enough to play center. He's 6'11", but he's not that strong. He's not really built. So I think he could just play the 4 spot, just stretch the floor out a bit. So we're going to suck this year. Probably going to be at the top of the lottery, top 5 pick range. If we can land the 1 pick, which I think we have a good chance of doing because we're probably one of the worst rosters in the league, we're definitely going to take Marvin Bagley, who I think is the best player in this draft. He's just a power forward who can literally do it all. He's power forward / center. Good mid-range shooter. He's shown signs as a 3-point shooter. He's got a nice post game. Amazing defensive player. He just plays such good defense. And a great rebounder, And he's got good athleticism. He can really just do it all out of that 4 spot. So I think he's who we want to draft. If not, then, you know, we could take Michael Porter Jr. and we could have Taurean Prince play off the bench and play Michael Porter Jr. at the 4. But I'm just really intrigued by a starting lineup of, like, Dennis Schroeder, who could become like a 25-point scorer someday. Kent Bazemore is just going to be a nice 3-and-D guy, can, you know, finish the rim too. Taurean Prince, same thing, better defensively, just not as good offensively. You know, Marvin Bagley, who can do it all, he can really become like, he honestly has so much potential. Like, he could be like a 25 and 12 kind of guy. He kind of does remind me of KG. I think he's drawn the comparison before. He really is just like a Kevin Garnett type player where defense first, then rebounding, and he's just got so much like ability offensively, but you never know if he's like, you know, gonna, like, you don't really know like how much of it he's gonna use, you know, because KG had that outside jumper if he needed it. He just never really did need it. So I think Marvin Bagley can be the same way. And then John Collins, who can be like our Dwight Howard, you know, going forward. And yeah, so I think that's it. A couple guys I'm looking at in free agency, Yogi Ferrell, who I love. I think he can be like, you know, Jason Terry-esque. Like, he honestly reminds me so much of Jason Terry when I see him play. You know, because he's not a big guy, but he's really quick, amazing outside shooter. I really think he could fit in that Jason Terry role of like 15, 17, maybe 19 points off the bench, because Jason Terry did that one year. I think he could definitely fit that role. Just like, you know, a 6-man. I think that team just has so much offensive potential if we can nab him and then, you know, just surround him with 3-and-D guys and just some defense. And, you know, I think this team is going to be fine going forward. You know, there's a couple more moves we got to make. You know, I'm definitely going to look to sign some veterans in the offseason, like, you know, some guys who have had championship experience or guys who have been in the league a long time, you know, just to get that veteran presence, even though that has no impact at all in 2K. And, yeah, I'm out.